In the history of Mortal Kombat, there has never been a clear main character. If you were asked who the poster boy is for the series, you would likely say Scorpion. However, his rival Sub-Zero has seen many covers as well. Even his own standalone game on the PlayStation 1, MK Mythology Sub-Zero. Fun fact, that was actually my first Mortal Kombat game. When it comes to the competitive fighting game scene, Evolution has always been the pinnacle, the ultimate proving ground. It's an open bracket tournament with the most attendees every year. If you want to prove that you're the best player in the world, or at least among the best, it truly is the place to be. Getting top 8 there and getting awarded with the EVO medal is an achievement you can always be proud of and take with you. Mortal Kombat had a dark competitive period through the 2000s. It's hard to find much footage or data from the era of the 3D games. In 2011, everything changed though with the release of Mortal Kombat 9 from the newly named NetherRealm Studios. The game was going back to 2D with more of a focus on competitive balance. Naturally with this, we saw Mortal Kombat finally placed into Evolution's main lineup, and this would never change. Every year that Mortal Kombat was the newest NRS game, whether offline or even with the 2021 online EVO, Mortal Kombat was a mainstay. During this time, Sub-Zero has been the subject of many complaints in the community. People have always complained about his general gameplay, typically revolving around the ice clone or strong mix-ups, or in the case of Mortal Kombat X, he actually had both. He was even a strong upper mid-tier character in Injustice 2. What's strange, however, despite all the complaining about how strong Sub-Zero is, and how tricky he can be to deal with, we've never seen a Sub-Zero reach that grand stage of EVO Top 8. It's not that Sub-Zero didn't have the players to do it. Tom Brady, Madsen, Buffalo were all tremendous players who solo mained the character. These players even came close on multiple occasions. Buffalo in particular lost a close final game set to Hayate for losers top 8 at EVO 2018, which would have ironically given Sub-Zero his first EVO top 8, but in Injustice instead of Mortal Kombat. Which makes the stat even crazier. Sub-Zero didn't even have to take a break during Injustice that other characters did, and no player ever quite found their way to that stage with him. Another interesting note is the legendary player DJT actually mained Sub-Zero for a period in MK9, but when he made EVO top 8 twice and even won EVO in 2013, Sub-Zero was nowhere to be found on his character roster. So we saw 10 years where one of the most popular and cheapest Mortal Kombat characters constantly fell short of the pinnacle achievement. 6 chances in Mortal Kombat and even 1 in Injustice 2. Well, everything changed in 2022 with King Gambler 18. King Gambler 18 is one of the most underrated players in the NRS scene. Before his recent accomplishments with Sub-Zero, he was mostly known for putting in strong showings with underplayed characters that mostly fall on everyone's mid-tier or lower. He placed right outside of top 16 in most major events for Injustice 2 in 2018. He used Green Lantern and a little bit of Dr. Fate. On MK11, he came strong out the gates, placing 17th with Scarlet at Combo Breaker. This was actually the 3rd biggest Mortal Kombat tournament of all time, Combo Breaker 2019. Once things changed though in 2020, he took to online and made a lot of noise there with his new DLC main, Nightwolf, winning various online tournaments and even defeating Sonic Fox 3-0 in a $5,000 online tournament. Midway through 2020, he struggled with hand pain, and with no big offline events on the horizon, he took a long break. When he came back around a year later, he wanted to make a change and play one of the stronger characters, instead of just getting props for making it farther than others with Nightwolf or Scarlet. That's when he settled on Sub-Zero. On MK11, Sub-Zero is a monster with his 50-50 mix-ups leading into combos, high unbreakable damage, strong anti-zoning, and absolutely broken jump-ins. However, he was going to play Sub-Zero differently than most. Whereas most Sub-Zero players spent years committing to his mix-ups because the risk-reward was in his favor, King Gambler was going to utilize the new custom loadouts to make his overhead less reward but less risk, with the Creeping Eye special. At CEO 2021, the return of major fighting game tournaments, King Gambler attended with a "let's see how I do" mentality, not expecting too much. He expected to meet the Mighty and Just, one of North America's strongest players, after winning his pool. This did not pan out though. King Gambler ended up being one of the first victims of the Chilean twins, when he was 3-1 by Nicholas at a seemingly huge upset in pools. In hindsight though, King Gambler put up a hell of a fight compared to others. Starting the losers run in pools of a huge major is almost a death sentence. With Gambler's nothing to lose attitude though, he worked through strong player after strong player. The best collector player in the world, Deadly Rebel, strong multi-game player, K7 Showoff, the best Sonya player in the world, Big Daddy G, one of America's most underrated players in Matrix, and finally for losers top 8, he took out arguably the most touted prospect in the NRS scene, the European player of video games Yo, with a convincing 3-0 to put himself in his less risky Sub-Zero and CEO stacked top 8. His top 8 run would end respectably. He took the first set 3-0 over the aforementioned DJT, who found himself in top 8 with his strong rain play. Followed by that, Gambler fell 3-1 to Pop-Tart, one of North America's best players at the moment. After years of Green Lantern, Nightwolf, and Scarlet maining, this was King Gambler's first event maining a top tier character and his first major top 8 ever. Gambler would skip Combo Breaker in the next CEO due to lower attendance and low prize pools, but knew with all the work he had put in over the course of MK11, he had to attend possibly the last EVO for the game. What he didn't know though, and what he still didn't know until I told him I was making this video, was he was about to try and accomplish something that many great players before him were not able to do: make top 8 at Evolution with Sub-Zero. Gambler's EVO run started off like his CEO run with an upset loss. He was taken out in top 64 by the strong Cetron player Woozy. This put an even rougher losers bracket run in front of him. He had to beat the very strong Cabal player Luddy, a very underrated Liu Kang player J-Chan, who took him 2-2 last round, almost ending his run at 25th. In top 24, he took out the best Robocop in the world, Sunio. Then in a final game, final round situation, took it over the mighty Unjust, who he had struggled against for years on MK11, proving that his more calculated Sub-Zero can get done at the biggest event, even versus characters he's known to struggle against like Jackie Briggs. Ironically, the last person standing in King Gambler's way from breaking this curse was going to break the curse as well. Brazil has their own strong Sub-Zero player that had more of a safe approach, just like King Gambler, and his name is Conqueror249. Conqueror made his way here through winners bracket, taking out beasts like Video Games Yo and El Kukui, and falling just short of top 8 winners in a 3-2 loss to Rewind. After 11 years and 7 chances, one of Mortal Kombat's most popular and strongest characters was finally going to find his way into top 8 at the biggest tournament. But after 3 swift games and some very strong neutral play from King Gambler, it would be Texas's own accomplishing this, taking it 3-0 over the strong Brazilian. Ironically, in top 8, he fell to the legendary Foxy Grandpa, who used his old main Nightwolf to eliminate him in a down-to-the-wire set that went 3-2. 11 years went by and many strong Sub-Zero players tried their hand at it, but it took an under-the-radar player with a unique playstyle to finally break the curse and put Sub-Zero in Evolution's top 8. With this video, I wanted to tell the story that nobody is telling about what King Gambler accomplished at EVO 2022. But as I'm writing the script, I also want this to be inspiration for fighting game players. King Gambler was a player that nobody besides his training partners really thought much of for a long time. He got decent results, but it was cool to see Nightwolf make it farther than usual type of results. Don't hold yourself back, try different characters, you never know. You might be like King Gambler and make history. Yo, what's up guys? I just wanted to throw this on at the end. Let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this, more like analytical, like breaking stuff down, like telling stories, stuff like that. And also I want to thank you guys for watching my YouTube videos. I want to thank everyone who's been watching my Twitch streams as well. And especially those who have pledged to me on Patreon. Big shouts to Epic, Justin, and Bradley for that. And yeah, I'm going to try to keep this content grind going. Let me know what you would like to see, and let me know what you thought about this video. I thought it was an interesting topic, and big shouts to Gambler for being the first Sub-Zero to make Evolution top 8.